Yellow, it's N60 Sean. It's our final stop on the road to N60 Mania. The Game and ML Skell looking for their revenge after their Money in the Bank briefcase opportunity was stolen from them. Let's have a look to see how this match came about. Skeles cashed in his Money in the Bank briefcase on the tag team champions, but then a masked intruder interfered, super kicking Skeles and attacking the Game MLL, costing them their tag team championship opportunity. N60 Sean said that there would be compensation for Skeles and the Game MLL because of that interference. So we have asked you what you feel like Skeles and the Game MLL should receive as their compensation. These are all Heroes Championship matches, apart from the final one. Is it going to be a fatal four-way, a triple threat, or a handicap match against the masked intruder that interfered? You guys chose the handicap match, Skeles and the Game MLL. You obviously feel like that they need to have revenge on the masked intruder more than a N60 Heroes Championship match. So that is what you picked. That is what you'll get, a handicap match in our final stop on the road to N60 Mania. This is essentially our go-home show before the big show, which is going to be starting on Monday. And the masked man arriving, this masked guy who is working with Timmy Terror and Mr. sort of tentatively coming to the ring here, because knowing what sort of situation that you've put him in here, which is a handicap match against the Skeles and the Game MLL, who aren't just excellent competitors, but also angry as well. Skeles firing at this masked guy, and Skeles swore before this match started that he was either going to be walking out Heroes Champion or he was going to be brutalising the masked intruder and unmasking him. So we'll see if Skeles can keep hold of his force, but there's that super kick which floored Skeles and cost him the N60 Championship, but the Game MLL flying into the ring. And usually it's Terror 887 who play the numbers game to their advantages, but this is very much in the favour of Skeles and the Game MLL here, as this masked intruder is all on his own here, and Skeles with the springboard dropkick sending him to the outside and flying to the ring, but the masked intruder trying to dodge that vaulting body press. And the masked intruder, who we've seen in some tricky situations before, sends Skeles into the barricade here and rams him head first. And now opening up with some left jabs and a big right hand, taking down Skeles. And we've seen him do this before. The masked man looking like he wants to retreat and run away, but the Game heading him off at the pass, flying in with a knee shot. Probably the Game, you see, he's done this before. The masked man tries to sneak and slip out of little situations, but I don't think there's going to be any sneaking out of this, as the Game MLL delivers some punishment on the masked man for costing him that tag team opportunity, or that tag team title opportunity here. And now the double team from Skeles and the masked man. Skeles and the Game MLL on the masked man, I should say, and Skeles saying that he wants to unmask, and here we go, Skeles going straight for that mask, wanting to reveal the identity of the YouTuber who cost them their tag team title opportunity, trying to pull that mask off of the masked guy's head. But the masked man now fighting back with shots to the midsection, and now a low blow. See, this guy's obviously bad news, obviously nasty piece of work, and that looked quite low as well. And he's got Skeles in a front face lock and drops him with a front face DDT. And what an upset this will be if the masked man can somehow pull out a victory here. He's got the Game MLL off the apron, that's 1, 2, and Skeles just kicking out after 2, and Skeles and the Game MLL, I don't think their hunt for tag team gold will have come to an end yet, but they've got this masked guy to sort of get through first, and the Game MLL getting hung up by the masked man. The masked man is in control here despite the number disadvantage, but now Skeles with that anger and aggression pulling the masked man into the corner, and it's just dealing some right hands, maybe trying to smash that mask off of his head now. Oh, nice leg drop going over the top rope, dropping that leg onto the back of the masked man's head, and a springboard swanton bomb from Skeles. And now we're going to see the Game MLL tagged in for the first time here. The masked man in trouble, jumping double foot stomp into the ribs, and again maybe trying to go for the mask himself, but no, just delivers a solid punch to that masked guy. And now with a solid uppercut to the masked man, and drops him down. Can the Game MLL maybe get the mask off of the mask, and say that the Game MLL's all fired up, all ready to go here, and could be signalling for the end here. Oh, but no. Has his hand slapped away by that masked guy. Hits him with a neck breaker. And now the masked guy is leaving once again. And the TheGameMLL give and takes. Now, we've seen the masked guy do this before. And the TheGameMLL needs to be really careful there and not being led into a trap. Because we saw Jacksepticeye. This happened to him, and then Timmy Terror was just waiting for him. The master. Oh, wait a second. Speaking of which, talking to the devil, Jacksepticeye with a Septiceye punch. I thought the TheGameMLL was walking straight into a trap. It's just completely backfired for the masked guy. And I think maybe Jacksepticeye was maybe anticipating that this masked guy might be trying something like this. And the TVs are flying everywhere. Pieces of table are flying everywhere. And Jacksepticeye getting some revenge on being led into that trap by that mass intruder for their N60 tag team title match, and he's getting thrown into the TheGameMLL, who drives that masked guy back of head first onto the stage. And the TheGameMLL now with the mass intruder just taking him back to the ring. No cheeky little escapees from the masked guy, and now the TheGameMLL looking to end this here, and drops that masked guy straight on his head, and maybe looking to get his buddy Skeles and maybe getting the final moves in, because it was his Money in the Bank opportunity. And Skeles, man, he is just angry. And you would be angry too if you've gone through a grueling 6-man ladder match, if you've gone through the process of being selected for that Heroes Championship match, only to have someone interfere and steal your title opportunity. You'd be pretty annoyed as well. And could this be the moment where Skeles can try and get that mask off of his head? Fighting and clawing. And has Skeles maybe made out who that YouTuber is? And a big boot knocking Skeles down. Goes for the right hand. Another, but gets blocked by the TheGameMLL. Flies in with that sort of molly go round. Springboard maneuver. And Skeles now going up top. Could be looking to finish the mask guy off it. Imploding 540. That's the hook of the leg. That's 1, 2. And just kicking out just before 2. I mean, the masked guy obviously got some confidence in himself, in his abilities to try and turn this around and to try and even win this contest, because you might think that he just, you know, lived to fight another day here. Chops from Skeles. It now tags back in the TheGameMLL. Going for a double team here. Skeles setting him up, maybe looking for a power bomb into a neck breaker from the TheGameMLL. And the TheGameMLL's looking to celebrate. But he is well fired up for this one. And so obviously he would be, because they have got a serious personal issue with this guy, and maybe setting him up for what I like to call the 5 Nights at Fredegrees here. Drops the masked man on his head. And I'll tell you what, if I was a masked man now, this would probably be the moment where I'd be like, maybe time to fight another day. Skeles looking for his finishing maneuver here. Nails it, drops him in the middle of the ring, and Skeles could be securing the victory here. That's 1, 2, and that is 3. And Skeles and the TheGameMLL victorious in their handicap match, as one would predict. But Skeles now, wait a second, throwing Billy Bob Webster onto the outside. And I don't think Skeles and the TheGameMLL are done here. They weren't here to win a match. They were here to put a beat down. And the masked man knows he's in trouble, tries to run away, but the TheGameMLL catches him with a power slam. And I think the TheGameMLL and Skeles, their real mission here was to deal out some punishment, get the match out of the way, and now deal some punishment and make a statement that they're not a tag team to be messed with here. And the masked man trying to wrestle that kendo stick away. And this is dangerous, and this is a message to people that the TheGameMLL and Skeles are not a team to be crossed with here. And now a steel chair shot to the masked man, and he is in all sorts of trouble. Who is going to be, what is going to happen to the masked man here? As now Skeles brings a table out, another steel chair shot to the head, and the masked man is in trouble. Well, he's even got, I mean, he's wearing that chair now. He's managed to get that chair caught in his arm. And again, fighting for his life here to try and get away from the TheGameMLL and Skeles. Drop kick from Skeles as he tries to run away here. What's he looking for here? Looking for some sort of Urangi slam to the TheGameMLL, but he wrestles out of it. And try as the masked man might, there is no escaping this situation. And oh wait, what is TheGameMLL looking for here? Bad news for the masked man from the inside of the ring out into the table. It doesn't even break through. Catches the spine on the edge of the... Wait, who on earth is this guy? A second masked guy. He's just jumped the rail wearing like a clown mask. And he's just jumped TheGameMLL and just hit him with an RKO. And Skeles is completely unaware that his tag team partner has been attacked by a second masked man. And now Timmy Terror and Mr. Mister coming to the original masked man's aid, putting Skeles through a table. And just when the numbers advantage was in the favour of Skeles and TheGameMLL, it's been completely flipped on his head. And now we've got like a 4-on-2 situation. And who on earth is that? A second YouTuber attacking TheGameMLL. A second masked guy. As Skeles is put through the table. Just days away from N60 Mania. And Timmy Terror and Mr. Mister showing why they are still dominant. With these two new masked men, who is possibly going to stop the N60 Tag Team Champions, probably the most dominant champions in the entire series? And Timmy Terror looks to be sort of conveying that message to the fans in attendance after they decimated Skeles. But wait a second, Grundy and Mr. Craner, who has recently got his friend back, they've got a tag team title matches at N60 Mania, and we've got a preview of N60 Mania here as they come rushing down to the ring, and they're not going to wait till N60 Mania. Grundy are after Mr. Mister and Timmy Terror and want to deliver a beatdown on these guys heading into N60 Mania. Are these going to be your future N60 Tag Team Champions? Is Sunday, who's got a brand new t-shirt, he's looking in much better condition than when we last saw him, when he was just being unbrainwashed by his buddy Craner. And the first sort of examples of teamwork in a wrestling ring from Craner and Sunday. And look at this, Sunday back to his usual self, jabbing and dancing, and lays a right hand to Timmy Terror. Craner knocking Timmy Terror off of the apron. And look at this, advantage being cemented by Grundy heading into N60 Mania. Sunday's taking Mr. Mister a swinging, the Sunday swing. And Billy Bob Webster trying to get control here because this has gone completely berserk. This was a handicap match. He's now descended into an all-out brawl, and Sunday has got the tag team championships and delivers a tag team championship shot to Mr. Mister and Timmy Terror. Are these going to be the new N60 tag team champions? But wait a second, the first masked guy's back, and now he's got Craner. What problem is the original masked guy got with Craner? Look at the wreckage from the assault on Skeles earlier on. And Craner sent into the corner. And now the numbers game has gone back. And Sunday now being double teamed by Mr. Mister and Timmy Terror. Craner being thrown into the crowd by the original masked guy. A double choke slam. We thought they'd be going in with an advantage, but that has completely turned on his head. Well, here comes Pat. Pat, popular Rose, has hit the ring. Sunday's former first tag team partner. He was tag team champions with Sunday when Mr. Mister and Timmy Terror brainwashed Sunday to cost Pat the tag team champions. These two teams have got beef as well. And look at this, shades of the original popular Rose and Sunday partnership. And Pat getting some of that revenge on Timmy Terror and Mr. Mister for essentially stealing his tag team championships. And now Pat building up momentum as he goes into the final of the Heroes and YouTubers tournament. And if Pat can just get through that final match, he could be your next N60 champion. And drops the F5 on Mr. Mister, sending a message to the other finalists. And will Pat be the next N60? Wait a second, what is this? H2O Delirious has appeared, the N60 champion. If Pat wins the finals, that's who he would have to face the very same night. The N60 champion dropping Pat with a tombstone pile driver. And Pat is in all sorts of trouble. This is what Pat will have to face if he wins the final. And Delirious essentially saying to Pat, get out of my ring. But wait 1 second, Ownwrecker hit in the ring. Because let's not rule out Ownwrecker. Pat needs to get through Ownwrecker first. and his hero partner if he wants to get into... I know, Ownwrecker sending a message to Delirious with the neck wrecker. Ownwrecker. Everyone seems to have been writing Ownwrecker off, thinking that Pat was a shoo-in for the final. Ownwrecker is here to make a statement that might not be the case. Delivering right hands and spinning punches to H-Roy Delirious, sending him flying to the outside of the ring. And will this be the scene that ends N60 Mania next week? Will it actually be Ownwrecker who defies the odds and walks out N60 champion? Guys, N60 Mania starts next week. It's all kicking off. Hopefully over the weekend we'll do a preview of N60 Mania. We'll go through all of the matches on the card. That's a little few examples of what is going to be going down for N60 Mania. Man, that was intense. Drop a like if you enjoyed it, guys. Make sure you follow me on Twitter and all the other social medias as well. I've been N60 Sean. Make sure you subscribe as well because that always helps us. And I will see you for the next video. N60 Mania, baby. Woo!